One. We're live with Hetty.
Welcome, everybody.
But you absolutely can.
Today is exciting. It's always exciting, but today my hand works, and I'm going to be painting and talking to you.
Yay.
Tell me when I should begin.
Well, let me just let you know that Marcia is here, and she says, "Good evening, Hetty." Hernan is here. Phyllis Cooper is here. She says, "Your sound
Phyllis,
good."
oh, Kenny, there's a picture right here that I want to show from her. No, in back of it. On the side. That's it. I know. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes. Should I show it?
I'll talk about her.
Okay. And Tammy and Tracy are here. I hear your sound is great.
Hi, my darlings.
Here. Yes. You're good.
Shall I begin?
You begin.
Okay. Today we're going to do something entirely different. Something I've been aching to do. First of all, my hand works. Okay? I don't know how long until I can really do fine details, but I can already do them right now. Before that, all I did was paint the sky. That's over with. Now I'm doing the real McCoy. What I want to begin today is to teach you the beginning. I have a friend named Yola, who is right here. She's the one with the wonderful flowers in her garden, which her husband plants. And we gave them a sign over here with everything. Okay? And I asked if she wants to draw, and she thinks that she can't. And I said, "Do you want me to teach you?" And last week she came, and she brought a little statue of the Eiffel Tower, because I said, "Bring something that you love, and I'll teach you to draw that." We both had a wonderful time, but for me it opened a door. I realized I miss teaching. I began years ago when Eric was a Cub Scout master, and one of the parents called me and she said, "Hetty, we know you can teach drawing because you draw. It would be so wonderful if when part of the meeting of the Cub Scouts in your house, if you could teach drawing." And I began and found out I loved it. And more people joined, and then grown-ups joined too. And a lot of the people in this painting are among the ones I got to know because of it, to know and love. And I decided, after working with Yola this week, I'm going to use this one just for teaching. And how do I teach this if I don't begin at the very beginning? So, this is what I learned when I went to work in the city, on the streets. You cannot bring a studio on a street corner. So I put things into a knapsack, and I carried a tray and a chair and a little table to put the tray on. And though it was very uncomfortable, it's allowing me to do this right here. I found out, and this is as old as 1973, when I first went into the street to paint. It's a Tupperware kind of thing. And the cardboard that I put in is the same size as the cardboard that I always used because it fits in there without spilling. And so, if you find a container that you love, it's easy to carry. Do that.
I'm worried about that spilling, Mom.
No, it won't.
Okay.
My hands stopped shaking already.
Okay.
It's getting stronger.
Sorry, folks.
So, this is the cardboard, and Kenny helped me by finding the wax paper that I used to cover it. And this is this incredible thing. It's in a wrong container because I couldn't open and close the other one. It's one of those things where you press and you talk to it and you talk some more and it still doesn't move. So I put it into this bottle. But actually it belongs to the ones I keep over there, the big ones and the good ones. I won't bother showing you that now. And then I use slow drying medium from Grumbacher. And that's there. And now let me begin with the joy of all, the colors. Okay? The first thing that I need is I'm going to use blue. And I'm going to show you where I put them. Because if you don't know where you put things all the time, you will find out you're going to blindly go into the wrong color and get mud. Okay? This is very expensive, cerulean blue, but on the other hand, nothing in the world will be like cerulean blue. So I'm going to put it right over here. Not much, because it's so expensive. And you do end up, after a while, having your paints dry, and your heart bleeds when you throw them away. Okay? So close them carefully, and then I use ultramarine blue. A nutcracker is the best thing because you don't kill yourself opening tubes. Some of you people are stronger than I am. You might be able to use it to open a tube skillfully without a nutcracker. Okay, this is ultramarine blue. And I make sure I put them all in the same area. Because some have more oil than others. And you put them into one spot and they immediately bleed into another one. So now I'm going to put the blues back to where I have other blues, but that I don't want to use them now. But I am going to take one blue, which is a purple. And that's, you know, they all have different names. But I do have to tell you that Winsor Newton are among the best paints that exist. When I say best, I'm warning you, they are more expensive, but only because when they say that they're this color, they really are. And when you put them on your canvas, they look it. Cheaper colors don't always look like what they're supposed to. Okay? I'm beginning with the darks because they're closest to where I am sitting. Oops.
I got that one.
Kenny,
Get it? Mm-hmm.
I need you.
Absolutely. Just wait 1 second.
Yep.
Just wait 1 second.
I could move this,
No.
but I'll do more damage. In the meantime, until Kenny comes to me, I'm going to take a beautiful flesh color. Kenny, do you see what I did wrong? Thank you. I tipped it back.
Yeah. That's nothing. Okay.
Having a son is a wonderful thing, but a son who can move things for you is even better. Should we push it back, Kenny, and then I'll move myself? These are okay. But I need to be closer. Perfect. Thank you, Kenny. If you back into the painting, you may have a wet area on your pants. Okay. This is one of the many flesh tones that I put out depending on the area I'll be working on. And I put them all on this side because this way I know where they are. We're all creatures of habit. And if all the reds are on one side always, there's a comfort in knowing it. And I'm not going to put them all out, but I'm going to just do what I need to do. Kenny, I'm going to move the lamp because it's blocking the paints. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. My pinks and flesh tones are here.
They slip to the back when it's...
Yeah, but my hand is perfectly happy.
I can pull it out and tilt it.
But you know what?
Let me do that.
I'm just going to move the lamp because the lamp doesn't let me get there. Now, this is a color I live with. It's called Naples Yellow. And I use it for everything. And you can ask me any questions while I'm doing this.
Okay, and I can read some comments. And
Good.
If anybody has any questions, jump in. Eileen and Paula are watching.
Hi.
Kent is watching and says, hi, Hetty.
My Kent from Sweden.
Yes. John Terracuso says, hi, Ken. Hi, Hetty. Hugs from California.
Hi.
Carol Hodkin is watching. Eileen and Paula are watching. Greg is watching. Lauren Roth is watching. Paula says, hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Paula says, hi, Hetty. You have taught me so much about so many things. And
Thank you.
Hernan and Fran, that's Hernan's parents.
Yes.
Lauren
The
Roth,
birthday people.
The birthday people. Lauren Roth says, clever use of the nutcracker. Eileen Cutler says, some nice camera work and multitasking, Ken. Julie says, oh my goodness, a glimpse of the magic. This is far better than watching Bob Ross's painting demos. Phyllis Cooper said, well said, Julie, and Carol highlighted that as well. Dory says, I'm late for a very important date. Kinha says, hi, Hetty.
Oh, Kina, the last writing you did just shook me up.
Marcia Goldstein-Graber said, I had the honor of watching you do this process a couple weeks ago. And Kinha says, I love your new hairdo.
I'm only going to put out some of the colors for a specific reason. I don't want to waste time, but I want you to know that every color that I have, you're going to see next week. I'm only putting out what I need to right now, and that I have to tell you. I want to tell you the wonderful process of oil, because today, and I have to blame it on Eddie because he reminded me that working from a photograph is never the joy of actually sitting with a person and seeing them and then putting them on. And when I began this is more Eric's painting than mine, because before he passed away, he said, Hetty, the next painting we do, because we always did them together, his ideas fed into the work, and his thoughts fed into mine, and they were this. He said, when somebody will look at our period of time, after all of us are gone, they will think from the newspapers and the social media that we are terrible people. And can you see the picture from here?
Yes. Yes.
Because we had to move it. Okay. We know that's not true. We know that nobody speaks of the others. And we have to do a painting for when we're not here. We have to do a painting showing who we really are. So this painting is made only of people whom I personally know and love, not because I know them, but because they've done so many wonderful things. Pardon? Okay, so today I called Harvey Wiesenberg, who Eric and I felt are the prime example of what we love in this city of Longridge. And they are here. And Harvey has been so deeply in the political life that at the beginning, the only time I knew him was when he wore a suit and a tie. But when we got to know him, he's an athlete. He was a lifeguard, a policeman, you name it. But this wonderful human being who works with special children. And because Eric's mother was a nurse and we wanted to do something to show how wonderful people are, we got to know people in our volunteer work, and everybody knew Harvey Wiesenberg. And I called him and I said, Harvey, I haven't painted you except from photographs. I need to go over your face because it's changed. We've all changed. And he came. And I looked at him with a suit and a tie, and that's not Harvey. So Kenny, he took off his shirt. You see.
Got it.
Can you give me the shirt? Or just put it where I can paint it immediately.
Of course.
And I said, Harvey, and I'm going to use this in the night when I do the speaking, because, great, Kenny. No, that's okay. Okay. Because, wait, no, I need a black.
Oh, sorry. Oh, let me. Okay.
That's okay. We'll have it in a minute. But, as you can see, we are not used to doing this publicly. On the street, everything's easy because there's a big street. But I needed, and this is important, I needed to let your eye go there. And so, therefore, this is a brand new tube. I try never to use black, but this is a blue-black. And next week, you'll see the palette with every color in it, okay? But right now, he took off his shirt, and I have to return the shirt to him. But watch this. Look at the glory of oil. This shirt has Long Beach in light blue, which picks up these colors and brings it to him. And a polar bear, a big white polar bear. So the attention is going to go right to him. But I need to pull out the white because I think I pulled it out before. It's a huge tube. Do you see it in back of me? No. No.
I feel like I saw it before.
It's okay. Then I'll use, if you don't see it, then we'll do something else. It's because this is not the way I usually sit. And I knocked everything over. Oh, here you are.
Oh, I found it.
My beautiful white.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the old one. But this one is going to be so much fun. And I want people to see it. And now you know why someday I'm going back to pencil. Because pencil is so simple. White is a constant. And so I do this. I squish it out with joy because it never goes to waste. Okay, Harvey's shirt. I need a dark because from jumping from Tammy and Tracy and our former city manager, Miss Grayson, I planned on having your eye go this way. So let's first begin with the joy of the polar bear. Look, I'm using my hand. And it works. But my arm is short.
Can I help?
So I have to bring the painting closer, which is all very easy. Okay. Harvey, here's going to be your polar bear. My hand still shakes, but not much. And that'll disappear too. But you see, I'm just doing the shape. And I want to badly speak about Phyllis and the picture she sent me. So, Kenny, if you let me know a little while before
we have 6 minutes.
The time is up. But you see how easily I cover something, and because time is short and my hand is still shaking, I'm not gonna do all the work now on it now. Harvey, I will talk about more next week, because next week I am going to have more time, because watch this. There is a shirt, this wonderful Long Beach shirt, which will allow me peacefully to bring the eye from Tammy and Tracy to the Wiesenberg family. And I will speak more about the Wiesenbergs because they are so important in the lives of my city and to me, and definitely to Eric, because when we wanted to do a book about Eric's mother, who died in the Holocaust, and Eric said, She always helped people. She was a nurse. Let's do something about people who need help. And since we were both working at that time with children with disabilities as volunteers, Eric said, go see Harvey. He's the one to see. And we went to him with the drawings, and he said, these are my children. And would you believe he published a book of my drawings, which I have. I brought it here, but I think we'll save that for next week because you said there's not much time.
We have 3 minutes.
Then let me immediately, now that you know what I'm doing, and you'll see me doing it again next week, because the story of Harvey is not a short story. Okay. Just, I wanted you to see how wonderful oil is. Okay? There is a woman who does drawings of people, and that's Phyllis.
Who is here now?
Do you have it there?
Yes.
Good. I looked at my iPad, and there was a wonderful drawing of me. And I love it. And I wrote her that I love it. And she sent it to me. Even madder than framed. And I love it. And I wrote to her and I said, there are so few people who do a live face. Most people do what I have to do now, which is to work from photographs. What made you do this? What makes you decide to do this? And she said, and I said, where she lives, but she lives far away from me. And she said, maybe someday she can come over. And I said, I would love that. And I want to hear more about, and I want to speak more about the idea of drawing from life, real people. Now, I have to bunch up the shirt because Harvey is very muscular. And he's an athlete. And as I said, a lifeguard and a policeman. And he would not wear a sweatshirt or a t-shirt which doesn't show the muscles. So,
just to let you know, there's a lot of comments.
The what?
There are a lot of comments.
Oh, give me the comments.
You got it.
And I'm going to give him a muscular neck.
Bonnie Baker is watching.
Hi.
Dory says, so you sent a naked man into the street after he took his shirt off?
He was not naked. It was too cold for that.
And Julie says, ha. And Phyllis says, on another point, I can vouch for that. Pencil is so easy. And Tammy says, that is so cool. And Janine says, that is so amazing. And Bonnie says, I love seeing you paint live. Lauren said, I was away last week. Now, it appears that you added a lot more details to your friends. I love watching the art progress. And Lauren said, beautiful. And then Julie said, this reminds me of the old days when we would stop by Follow Your Art and
Yes.
watch you paint. Such a joy and an honor. I always remember you telling us that oil was easy to layer. Very cool. Love you both. Eileen says, what a treat for us to watch your magic on the canvas. Love Phyllis's portrait too. Phyllis says, thank you, Hetty. Tammy says, Phyllis's drawing it's a beautiful drawing of you. And Julie says about Phyllis's drawing that it's a great drawing. And Phyllis says, funny, Linda only knows my sports side and my dance side. And Kinha says, Hetty, you are an inspiration. Eli and I are watching you.
You know, it's time to say goodbye. I hate to. Now, first of all, my hand does still shake, but not the way it did. It still has to get much stronger, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and we human beings are beautiful, and I wish that somehow more people would be allowed to do what I promised Linda in my heart I would do, which is, no, Harvey would always wear shorts. So we gotta give him flesh instead of, and maybe afterwards we'll give him swimming trunks. I'll let him decide.
But before we close, could you finish that sentence that you were saying?
At the moment, putting skin color on top of his blue makes it purple. I don't think Harvey would wear purple legs. So that has to wait.
Do you want to finish that thought, though? What you promised Linda? That you felt it was so important that people...
Very much I want to say it, very much. I promised Linda, because I miss her every day, that we would do something about fighting prejudice. And when I read that thing about children not being allowed to see the Michelangelo statue because the man was naked, it broke my heart, because we are not ugly, we are miracles. And I love all of you. Bye-bye.